In a small, quiet classroom, there lived a pencil. But this was no ordinary pencil. It had no eraser. Every single mark it made was permanent. The pencil worried constantly. How could it possibly live without an eraser? What would happen if it made mistakes? Every time the pencil was picked up to write, it felt a sense of dread. The student using it tried to draw, but the pencil struggled to make straight lines. The page was soon filled with wobbly marks and smudges. The pencil felt heavy, as if it were carrying the weight of every single error. Without an eraser, the mistakes stayed there forever, a constant reminder of its imperfection. The pencil watched the other pencils with envy. They would make a mistake, and their erasers would swoop in, whisking the error away like it never happened. They could start over, clean and fresh. The pencil wished it could be like them, to have a second chance to create something perfect. But one day, as it sat on the desk feeling sorry for itself, it began to see things differently. The pencil started to notice that its marks, even the mistakes, had a certain character. Each crooked line, every unintentional smudge, told a story. They showed the courage to try, even with the risk of failure. It realized that every mark was a sign of effort, a step in a journey. The pencil began to see that perfection wasn't the goal. Expression was. The mistakes weren't the end of the world. They were just part of the creative process. Suddenly, a new sense of freedom washed over it. With no eraser to rely on, the pencil was free to be creative, bold, and brave. It stopped being afraid. It started to draw with confidence, embracing every line, every mark, and yes, even every mistake. The wobbly lines became the branches of a unique-looking tree. The smudges turned into clouds in a dynamic sky. The artwork that emerged was filled with character and life, something that a perfectly drawn picture could never capture. The pencil had discovered something wonderful. Sometimes our mistakes lead to our most beautiful creations. Being different, being imperfect, wasn't a flaw, it was a gift. It allowed for a kind of creativity that others couldn't replicate. From that day on, the pencil wrote without fear. It no longer needed an eraser because it had learned a powerful lesson. Life isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning from them, growing from them, and turning them into something meaningful and beautiful. The pencil with no eraser became a symbol of courage, creativity, and the undeniable beauty of imperfection. Every mark it made, mistake or not, was a step toward greatness. Its story reminds us all to embrace our own journey with all its imperfections. Because those so-called mistakes are what make our story uniquely ours. They aren't something to be erased, but something to be celebrated. So go ahead, make your mark on the world. And don't be afraid if it's not perfect. That's where the real magic happens.